VCalc's voltage drop formulas are useful and in several of our electricians' calculators. However, this one particular algorithm is particularly useful, so I wanted to demonstrate it here today. Basically, it uses a formula that basically will compute the voltage drop. You can see a version of it right here if you click on this, where you enter in the circuit length and then the amperage. So we're going to put 20 amps. And you pick the gauge. Say we're going to go over a 12 gauge wire, and then information related to the type of wire, whether it's solid copper, solid aluminum, stranded copper, or stranded aluminum, and then a temperature range, normal or high, or a phase, and it will tell you how many volts that circuit will, or how many volts will drop over that circuit here in the results. So that's the baseline formula that's used in this one called the wire gauge choice. In talking to an electrician, they pointed out that yes, the voltage drop equation is useful. However, what they typically need to know is what is the right gauge to choose in order to not have a drop above a certain threshold. So let's first go in and say, okay, we want to have only a 5% drop. We're going to use solid copper wire, normal temperature, single phase, and we want to go 120 feet. And again, you can change your units. You can say yards, meters, inches, etc. But we'll leave it right now in feet. And we're going to put 20 amps, and we'll say of 220 volts. And what this is going to do now is it's going to calculate what is the lightest gauge of wire that could be used that will have a voltage drop within the threshold of a percentage drop. So in this case, we said it cannot exceed 5%. So it looped through and basically said gauge 13 wire will only drop 4.6% based on these parameters over this length with this much current and this much voltage. So again, very useful in this case. So it'll help you basically know what is the lightest gauge wire, which certainly turns into the least expensive wire that you could do over the circuit and still have the tolerances needed. If you want to see the other equations, you can certainly go to the different tags and into those categories, or you can go to the bottom and see the different calculators. So you can go to the electrician's calculator, for example, and you can see this equation that we just showed you and the voltage drop by percentage and several other useful formulas for doing electrical work. And again, on each of these, you just click on the button and down it comes and you enter in your parameters. All right, we also hope that you will go and check out VCalc's other equations in our equation library in a handful of categories. There are thousands and thousands of equations out there that are now available for free for the public, and we hope you enjoy and use them.